Afternoon. Topic of the day: hate crime, also known as bias motive crime, is usually violent prejudice. Unfortunately, usually violent prejudice motivated crime that occurs when a perpetrator targets a victim because his or her participation in a certain social group. If you remember social groups in Chapter 5, ethnicity, gender, language, nationality, physical appearance, religion, sexual orientation are how one person targets in a prejudiced way any of those sort of the above I just mentioned groups. Hate crime generally refers to an act that is seen to be motivated by bias against one or more of the types of groups I mentioned. Incidents may involve physical assault, damaging property, bullying, harassment, verbal abuse or insults, depending on the severity of the crime. Also, offensive graffiti and hate mail. An example I'd like to use today is, I don't know if you remember the Matthew Shepard story, the college kid that lived in Laramie, Wyoming, that was actually beaten and tortured to death because his sexual orientation. He was a homosexual. And his two attackers, Aaron McKinney and Russell Henderson, actually tricked Shepard into, they told him they were going to give him a ride home from this social club or bar, actually took him out in the desert, tied him up to a fence, and tortured him and beat them until he was actually died in the hospital later. Just a completely hatred inspired and motivated against Matthew Shepard, actually made national headlines. And that is an example of hate crime. Again, that is a bias-motivated crime, usually violent, unfortunately, and it's targets perceived membership in a social group. And thank you very much.